So let's dive right into it. So as everybody knows, okay, there was a movie that came out last week, okay, and that was Shazam 2. And there was a big to do about Shazam 2 because why it failed, okay? And this comes from Variety. So let me backtrack and say this. There had been a couple of going back and forth between The Rock and Zachary Levi. And so at that point, it was, The Rock had made a point on the red carpet about something, and then, Levi came back. So this is the new article right out of Variety today. And it reads, Zachary Levi says Shazam 2's credit scene was thwarted. Quote, his third word, thwarted. And quote, it's a shame if all comic book movies have to be this serious, intense, and dark. Almost a week after Shazam Fury of the Gods opened and bombed at the box office, Zachary Levi took to Instagram to weigh in on a whole lot of drama surrounding the DC comic book tentpole. In a video, the actor confirmed that the plans for Fury of the Gods post-credit scene, in which Shazam is recruited to join the Justice Society, were, quote, thwarted, end quote, although he didn't say by whom. We can kind of infer because of everything that's been going on. A report from the Wrap published after Fury of the Gods opening weekend claimed that Dwayne Johnson sabotaged the Shazam post-credit scene by blocking Black Adam characters Cyclone and Hawkeye from appearing in it. Johnson headlined Black Adam and aimed to start a new thread of DC Universe built around his character facing off against Henry Cavill's Superman. We all saw what happened there. Black Adam was also underperformed at the box office, and both Johnson and Cavill are not included in the new DC Universe, spearheaded by DC studio bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran. The Fury of the Gods post-credit scene finds Shazam after being recruited to the Justice Society, a group of heroes including Johnson's Black Adam, Black Adam. In the film, Amelia Harcourt and John, we'll just call him John, from Gunn's Suicide Squad and Peacemaker were recruited to appear to recruit Shazam, not Hawkeye and I want to call him Hawkeye, Hawkman, and Cyclone. Levi originally made headlines for sharing the Wrap's post on his Instagram with the caption, "The truth will set you free." And while he did not name Dwayne Johnson on his new Instagram video, he did confirm that Cyclone and Hawkman were blocked from appearing in the post-credit scene. I may or may have not, reposted something in my stories about a story that I had nothing to do with that the Wrap reported on. And then I got flack for it because people were saying, what are you doing? You're trying to blame this guy for your movie not doing well. Listen, I haven't blamed anybody. There's not one single person I have blamed for anything about the way that our movies performed. So it goes on to actually give exactly what the movie did. But he goes on to say, people are slagging at James Gunn because Jennifer Holland, his wife, who's an actor and is in Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, we used Jennifer and Steve, and that's seen in Shazam, Levi continued. That was not the original intent. The original intent was to have Hawkeye and Cyclone be there, inviting me to the Justice League. Walter Hamada and Peter Safran and David Sandberg. We had an awesome scene set and restored. I'm merely coming to the defense of the truth. Truth is good. We should all live in it. And he goes on to say, if you don't want to watch a movie with humor in it because you're more into straight-up hard action, I get it. I'm not trying to force anyone to do anything they don't want to. But let me remind you where the comics and Captain Marvel and Shazam started. These were comics geared toward younger people and the fun and the silliness and the goofiness. It's a real shame if comic book movies have gotten to a place where they have to be nothing but serious and nothing but intense and nothing but dark. That's a sad day. I don't know what else to say about it. Okay, so let's dive into this. The fact is that this is a mess. This is a mess for DC. And he is blaming, and rightfully so, he's blaming The Rock for it. So this essentially was a power play. Okay. And he failed. Dwayne Johnson failed, and you haven't heard anything since. And that is the problem. Okay, that Dwayne Johnson thought he was bigger than all this, and he was thwarted. I mean, if you want to use Zachery Levi's comments, okay, um, I bad move on the Rock's part. But here's my thing. Okay, here's where I come down. At least if you try something and you fail, at least come out and admit it. Like, nobody's going to fault you. Nobody's going to fault you for saying, hey, look, I tried something and I failed miserably. Okay, this isn't wrestling where you get over on somebody and have that happen. This is basically, I tried to muscle my way into this and it didn't work. So as a result, okay, he's not going to get another movie, Black Adam, and Shazam isn't going to get another movie. Okay, they're both going to move on. Even David Sandberg came out on Twitter earlier this week and said, I'm done with this. This was a great 6-year run I had, but I'm done with this. And I think the problem is that when you have people that try to muscle, literally and figuratively, muscle their way into the position, it never works. And so if they had just cooperated, I should say they, if the Rock team had just cooperated and actually done this, it would have worked. And they could have made a third Shazam movie. And that it would have been exciting for everybody. So I don't know. I just think it was a bad move all the way around. And I think, and the thing is, The Rock is not going to, he doesn't regret it at all. It'll be very interesting to see where he goes and what he does next. And, he just bought the XFL and that's great. And so, but I fear that the Shazam franchise is dead. It is absolutely dead. And it's a shame because they're good movies. And they're fun movies. They're kid-friendly movies. And they don't all have to be dark. I mean, but, when you have people that are not team players, it hurts everybody. That's all I'll say. It just hurts everybody. And I think this is a teaching moment for everybody. I think that if you work together, you can go places. Anyways, that's my piece on that. So it's one of those things where I wish The Rock well, but he got thwarted. in the words of Zachery Levi, he got thwarted. What do you guys think? Do you think The Rock was right in not appearing in Shazam's post-credit scene? Do you think Zachery Levi was right for coming out and saying something about that? Or do you think they should have both kept their mouths shut and moved on? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. I'm dying to hear what you have to say.